Alright, we've got Drewz Viewz here, and I'm back for a little AniMonday, where I react to anime on a Monday. Today I'm going to be starting a new anime, a new series, which I've never seen before. A classic series, apparently. And I'm going to do something a little different this time around. Instead of just like normal, where I'm by myself here reacting, I'm going to bring in one of my friends here. His name's Eric. I call him E-Nam for convoluted reasons and other things. But it's Eric. If you've watched my Neon Genesis Evangelion reactions, I brought him up a few times, and we did a podcast that I put out on the channel here as well for that. So, how are you doing today, Eric?
What up, friends and family? Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I don't watch a ton of anime,
No.
but I will watch anything that's supposed to be the best thing I've ever seen, and Drew has assured me that this is the best thing I will ever see, or I get to find some convoluted way to punish him. So we're very excited.
Well, the lawyers are still working out that clause of our agreement here about the punishment part. But it's true you don't watch. I've been trying to get you to watch more anime on our movies podcast that we do together. But I guess to explain a little bit more, I mean, I just referenced Neon Genesis, but this show that we're going to be doing, Revolutionary Girl Utena, I'm not even sure how to say it yet. Maybe we'll find out. I'm sure we probably will. But it is supposedly, I basically know nothing about it. Only a couple pieces of information, one of which is that it's supposed to be, like, it's been called, like, the female version of Neon Genesis in some way, I guess. Or it's, like, strongly similar, maybe thematically, or we'll see what the similarities are. But that's why I thought you'd be into it as well. So you're a big Evangelion fan, even more so than myself, probably. If those people saying that these are similar is true, you'll probably like this as well. But if you hate it, then that still could be good content for me.
Sure. No, I'm into this. I'm ready to party with the cartoon.
Don't call it a cartoon, it's an anime.
Yes, I apologize.
Already with faux pas off the bat, Eric. No, but I said I basically know nothing about it. I also know that it's from, I looked up the year it's from, which was 1997. So it's just a one-season anime, but I believe it's 30-some episodes, which is kind of like what Evangelion was as well. Now, that was 95, I think, started, so this was just after. The other thing I saw when I was looking that up was, I was obviously trying to avoid any type of spoilers or really anything about the plot or anything, but I saw a thing about its influence on other shows. So also apparently it was very influential on Rebecca Sugar, who's the creator of Steven Universe, which is one of the main shows I've done on my channel here. I did that before Evangelion on my Car Tuesday segment, and people were telling me, oh, Evangelion is like, Steven Universe was also influential from Evangelion, so I guess it's all interconnected here, but that makes sense too then.
Okay.
That if those are similar. So yeah. But apparently Sugar's a big fan of it, so that's I think it's good to do this for the channel here too, since I got a lot of Steven Universe fans subscribing.
That sounds extremely popular, yeah.
Yeah. And it's all over now completely. I don't know if they'll ever make any more movies or anything, but yeah. Anyway, this has been over since the 90s. It does have, so I guess it does have that, I just have it's free on YouTube, I guess. Anyone can watch this. I just have it up on the screen here. Episode 1's called The Rose Bride. We are going to watch the sub. I only like to do subs. Even though I know a lot of reaction channels do, to fill you in, Eric, I guess a lot of reaction channels do dubs when they do anime, because especially if they're watching with multiple people at once, which this will be my first time doing that, but I guess it is easier that way. But I still want to try with the sub like I normally do for my AniMonday reactions, because I just think it's better generally.
I got no problem with subtitles. Reading for years.
Yeah, no, we're both very, very literate over here. Did you watch the sub and the dub of Evangelion? I'm assuming you remember that was the case, maybe.
I dabbled in the sub,
but mostly it was dub.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. This comment I get. Comments come in like anytime, obviously, with videos, So even if I did this video 2 years ago or something, anyone might just comment and I might see it. And they're like talking about something like I just did it. So like someone did comment on one of my Evangelion videos about like saying your friend, something about your friend. So obviously must have been you. I must have been talking about you on that reaction about us talking about it, and it was something to do with the dub, I think, or like they're like they're mad about.
Subs.
Yeah, maybe it was that, or they're just like, I don't think it was the podcast that we did that they were coming, but maybe it was. I know I brought you up other times than that. Anyway, because we were talking about it. But let's go on this journey together with Revolutionary Girl Utena. Do you know anything about it? I'm assuming you know nothing about it.
I know barely anything about this. I know this was referenced several times obliquely on an Evangelion podcast that I listened to while I was spending an entire summer deep diving into Eva. I don't know much about it. I do know that it's supposedly very female forward, which is refreshing after the only anime I've ever seen being like a mock shonen. So that'll be exciting. I don't know. I'm into revolutions. I'm into girls. Everything.
You might be into Utena, whatever that means. We don't know yet. Is that the main character? Is going to be her name? That could be. Again, we know nothing about this. Oh, I was trying to say, but I don't. Yeah, gonna say. Then I got sidetracked about the animation style. It does have the animation style that looks kind of like Evangelion. Like the style back in the '90s was very different, and it was something that I never got into anime back then. And I think a lot of it was the animation style put me off a little bit with it. And I can't say like I love the Evangelion style or this style the best now or anything. I do like the more modern style, but I definitely can appreciate it more now. Hopefully that will continue here.
Style of presumably this and Eva, and then modern anime.
I don't know if I know how to explain it, but like it, and I don't want to like fast forward before I start here to get like a screenshot, but it's kind of like how the characters are drawn. A lot of it, I think. I never watched Sailor Moon, but that's what I used to think about of like an example. If you like pull up something like that, or kind of like the angular face features, and maybe that's not even the right word, but you don't watch much anime, so you haven't seen any more modern examples, I guess.
What have I seen? I've seen Knights of Sidonia and Code Geass.
See, Code Geass actually kind of, I feel like emulates, because I did the second season of that on AniMonday a couple years ago on the channel here, so go back and check that out. But I feel like kind of emulates the 90s style to me.
Okay.
That animation looks a little bit more like that, I think. Where of like something like Demon Slayer, something is a super popular anime now. I mean, that's just a beautifully drawn anime anyway. But if you look up that, it's like, that's what I would consider a more modern style. I really don't know that much about this stuff, so people watching might be like, what are you, you're wrong about this, or it's just, maybe it's just a continuation of styles, or I don't know, but...
Yeah, we never claimed to be experts. We gave ourselves reference points.
Yes. Anyway, like I said, it's called The Rose Bride. Before we hit play on this, any other predictions about what's going to happen? I mean, if it is like Evangelion, do we think it's going to be some type of... I feel like there's not going to be mechs in the show, or
think I actually am remembering a spoiler wave that I heard, so I will not answer.
Do refrain. But if it's something that comes up in this first episode, then remember it and bring it up when
right.
When we recap. Let's go ahead and do it here. We're gonna hit play on episode 1. Alright. Looks like we're starting off with the intro here, which doesn't always happen, and maybe it's just the first episode, but
right.
Or a lot of times there's the cold open situation. Take my revolution English, they're saying.
I do love the grand tradition of very, very long anime intros that are like outsized epic ballads.
Yeah, anime is keeping the intro alive and the outro, frankly, which most normal shows don't have much of anymore. Live action shows, certainly. Also, a lot of time, this seems to be, thematically, it looks similar to what the show's going to be probably, or the lyrics and stuff, but a lot of animes don't, their music is just completely different than anything the show's about in the intro. Like some show about like a dragon fighter will have like a rap intro or a heavy metal intro. Yeah. Heavy metal might make sense for something like that, but you know what I mean, like a completely incongruous thing. So far I don't see any male characters at all in the intro here.
I think there was what I'm assuming is a villain, a guy dressed like a French military commander, but that may also have been a lady. They were very briefly in frame.
Okay, we're getting some setup here. Right now it's just stationary animation. Putting a ring on it. Huh. This character, the Rose Bride, if that is what it is, they're saying she was so impressed by the prince that she wants to be with the prince, but she wants to be like him and emulate him. That seems to be what they're just saying.
I appreciate a good upending of expectations.
Now, a lot of animes have to do with some type of school. Could be another one.
You assume at least like 65% of animes are set in a school.
It's a tall tower. Well, is this kind of like a French vibe you're getting here?
A little.
Or it's European at least. Greenhouses and stuff.
Yeah, getting more of a Final Fantasy vibe than anything else.
Okay, what's the what's Final Fantasy like based on? What kind of vibe is that in the real world?
Famously, like cobbled together like architecture and setting and just like from whatever they want. Like there's one set in the city, and then the next one will be like old world medieval Europe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean this kind of looks like that. Not sure this is the main character coming in.
Okay, so the character's name is...
Yeah. It sounded like Utena was the pronunciation. Okay, so it is gonna be like a girl wanting to be her, you know, acting like a boy situation. It's not in the rule book that a dog can't play basketball.
God.
Speaking of which. Wow. No, the girls are going to be into her, I'm guessing.
Oh, because she's the star.
Wow, it's your turn. Okay. Good question.
This music is incredible.
Oh yeah? What do you like? Smooth jazz or something, or what? Not quite.
It's like Salesforce training video music. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be this girl Utena is like a descendant of the person they're talking about in that show, or like a metaphor thing. Whoa. That'll be the late season reveal. Yeah, you can't do that.
Time to catch that wrist. Yep. Oh. There's always a student council president.
Of course.
Anthe. I would imagine this will be a character, possible love interest for Utena.
From the intro, it very much appears that that's a love interest. That's the princess that she's meant to save.
Right. The Rose Seal. Engaged.
End of the world.
Yeah, alright. She looks real happy about it. Okay, I think I'm getting some foreshadowing here of what might be gonna happen.
I love things that animes do. You get the exodom, but also there is no attempt to explain the rules of the world we live in.
Well, I bet we'll get some explanation. So what I was saying about foreshadowing, I think it's gonna, this Utena is probably gonna slide in and be a duel or a challenger or whatever. Onion, is that an insult for big foreheads? Onion?
I don't know.
I guess onion head. It sounded like she said love letter in English. Love letter.
They do things like that.
Yeah.
I've already forgotten who Sayonji is.
Well, I think it's the guy. They were looking at him out the window.
This guy.
Is it this abusive guy or was it the other guy? Oh, it is this guy. Okay.
Yeah, okay. What is this, Gossip Girl?
They said the new challenger before. Does it mean, is it like some prophesied thing or something? They don't know who that would be.
It's in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
I think we're getting some exposition here in a second. Oh, I thought we were.
It's important to know that there are rules, even if you don't know what they are.
Well, like some show don't tell anyway. That's cool. Are we getting a musical number here?
I am speechless. What happened?
I don't know. At least we're getting the sometimes in animes they don't translate the songs on the subtitles, but they are doing it here. Darkness of Sodom, the darkness of light.
This is like I have no doubt that I'll end up loving the show, but this is super embarrassing, right?
I don't know. Alright, there's an upside down castle. Right, here's the fuck boy. Alright, here's the bride. I don't know what's up with this frame with the spinning roses they keep putting in.
Well, it's the fairy tale motif from the very beginning.
Right. The titular rose bride. Well, some type of magic going on.
Right. They are all the pretty warrior who fights for truth and justice.
Oh. Epilepsy warning. No, please tell her and us.
Her superpower is loneliness. Classic. You always gotta do it.
Whose flower is gonna fall? Damn right you lost. Middle school? They're not even in high school?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you're gonna be able to forget about that.
Just one duel and I'm out.
One look at the floating castle. Alright. Anti. Alright, we'll make sure there's no... I don't think there's a post-credit thing. Alright, that was episode 1, The Rose Bride. What do we think there, Eric?
My primary concern is why Auntie...
Who is the bride?
I need to find out why she is acting as if she has no agency. And it's just like, yep,
well, yeah,
now you're fiance. And that's cool with me, lady I haven't met.
So it seems like... I mean, I guess we have to... we'll discover it, but what do we think? Is there actual... I mean, I'm leaning toward that there is... Because it seemed like there was magic and stuff, and there's that floating castle and all this stuff. The forest, enchanted forest or whatever. It seems like there really is maybe something binding her. Maybe she literally the bride doesn't have agency, or like there is something literally binding them. I don't know, like a fairy tale or something. Rather than it being just the case of they're just saying that because like this is their society, or this is like their weird cult or their weird organization or whatever. But I guess it could go either way still.
It definitely seems less magical realism and more magical magicism.
More real magicism.
A lot of filler. That song was like a minute and a half.
Yeah, well, I was trying to think, was the song actually telling us stuff? Because I was trying to read along to the lyrics. It didn't seem like it was an exposition song. Yeah, you didn't seem to like the song part. You were saying that was a little embarrassing.
That was a little embarrassing.
It's weird. Yeah, most animes I've seen don't have like songs in the middle of an actual episode like that. I mean, I guess it was trying to pump you up, like it was like trying to be epic a little bit. So the characters are Utena is the main character, obviously. Anthe is this bride.
Her bride now.
Yeah, the bride or her bride, I guess. I mean, I feel like they're gonna have an issue, obviously, that it's a girl. What was her friend? So her friend wrote that love letter to the guy, the fuckboy dude, green hair guy. What was her friend's name? Do we remember? I don't.
Wakaba.
Oh yeah, Wakaba. I would assume she's gonna be a main character too. The green haired guy, whatever. I'm calling him fuckboy, but that guy. And then there's the other guy on the council or whatever it is. And there's another person or two there too, I think. And they said it's a middle school, or the way they said that, was like, well, are they in high school and she's in middle school or something? I don't know.
They seem to be like immortal Highlander type characters.
Well, right, but they're still going to the school, I think, and they have these rings. Then, so it seems like she always had the ring, or her like parents or someone gave it to her when she was little, but she doesn't know anything about it. That seems to be what's going on, right? But obviously it has to do with this secret Highlander organization or whatever it is, though. So, yeah. What do you think about the animation style? I mean, it was like I was thinking in that old kind of... there was also a lot of still shots, too, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I immediately realized what you were saying about the 90s animation style with the like boing noises, and everyone's face is just like a shivering single image emotion.
Yeah, they still do stuff like that in modern anime too, but it just looks different, obviously. I don't know what you call that in anime where there must be a term for it, but like they have the little asides or whatever where it's like the characters are doing something that's not supposed to be literal, but it's like showing the emotion or whatever, you know, like showing the something. You know what I'm saying? Like
the size.
In this, it's when their faces were changing and stuff. But
yeah,
I think more Western style animation should do and cartoons and stuff. That I like that. I'm slightly intrigued so far. I wouldn't say I'm completely that. Usually that's the case though. The first episode of something I need to see more. I like the main character so far. So she's like a tomboy, basically, whatever. Like dresses up in the men's uniform, the boys' uniform, and all that. I guess the school can't stop her or whatever. She's good at sports, good at athletics. She, I think, seems to like being somewhat of the, or at least doesn't mind being the center of attention and getting admiration and things like that. It would seem like so.
Well, from girls.
From girls, yeah. But maybe in general, we don't know yet. But it seems like that's going to be something to do with her character. So we'll see. So I mean, I would imagine she's going to get more drawn into this world and everything. Do you think there's going to be something like she has the bride now as part of this? There's probably going to be other things that she has to do, or that comes with being the prince or champion or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, I'm imagining like a challenger of the week type thing.
Well, yeah, that could be it too. But I mean, like, I think that's a good prediction, definitely. But like, is there going to be other responsibilities, I guess, or whatever that come with this that might not be as ideal as the just having the bride, you know? Like
responsibilities of a grand scale, like actually that upside down castle is the something where monsters enter the world and you have to fight them or something.
And you have to, yeah, it could be something like that, or anything. I'm thinking about anything, yeah, really big or small, I guess, scale. But I'm just thinking it could be something like that where it's going to be something undesirable coming with it as well, possibly.
Yeah. Have so little context for an anime with this vibe. It could go anywhere, man.
It's probably going to mostly be set in the school, I would think, but we'll see if it goes elsewhere. And they got the forest and all that stuff. In terms of Evangelion vibes, I didn't completely get that, really, but we'll see. I'm sure it's going to end up being something.
Well, it does not currently appear to be post-apocalyptic.
No, I didn't think it was going to be that part, but I think it's thematically it's supposed to be like Evangelion, so we'll see. It's like a self-assured main character so far, seemingly, unlike Shinji and Evangelion, but
quite a bit like that.
Yeah, but also with this one, again, just one episode, we haven't seen like the negative sense that Asuka had and like the cockiness.
Except for Wakaba.
Yeah, what about Wakaba?
We've seen nobody's interior life except for her.
Oh, and yeah, not the best at so far at choosing who to be into. Like, I guess she didn't see, she wasn't in the window yet when he was slapping the bride around, but I guess didn't see that, but she's still, yeah, not the best judge of a crush here, I guess. Yeah, it's a dick move putting your love letter up for everyone to read on the bulletin board. That was the first episode of RGU. I assume that's how people will say it, the shorthand for this, Revolutionary Girl. And we're going to be back next time for episode 2, which is apparently called For Whom the Rose Smiles. Is that giving us any clue on what's going to happen? The rose is smiling on the bride or on Utena right now. Do subscribe to the channel here if you're not already. Leave your comments. Let us know if you like the show, if you're a fan, anything like that. Is this a good one to do? I mean, we're doing it regardless, but let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Is this a classic for a reason? Join us back next AniMonday for that episode 2. But until then, we're going to be up out of here. Peace. 何だったんだ？もう早く忘れよう。